Now, your News 8 forecast first.
Hey there, I'm Scott Hetzko. Thanks for choosing Channel 8 this evening, 5 o'clock. We got a daytime satellite image here. And if you see dark on this, that's good news. It means you can see down to the planet and look at the clouds go away, courtesy of dry air mixing out those stubborn stratus clouds. Let's go wider out here and thank high pressure. This H I'm about to draw, this guy, is good news because he's coming back toward the west, giving us great weather down the road here the next several days. So you've earned this. A nice sunset tonight, 64. Oh, by midnight, we're at 58 degrees, partly cloudy sky then. And then tomorrow morning, a nice sunshiny start, and you are just going to love the way May begins. See it all next on News 8 at 5, which starts right now.
Now on News 8.
Lights, camera, action. The Spider-Man filming begins in Rochester.
Kodak working hard on its plan to emerge from bankruptcy tonight. How soon they could file it.
Big crowds mean big business at the Main Street Armory, but some Rochester residents say it's getting to be a little too much.
From WROC in Rochester, this is News 8 at 5 in high definition.
Hollywood busy at work in downtown Rochester at this very hour, and thousands of locals have flocked to get their glimpse of the Amazing Spider-Man movie. Good evening, everyone. It's the first day of filming for The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Main Street has transformed into New York City for the next week and a half as scenes are filmed. We've been down there all day long. Ellie Toohey joins us live now from downtown with all the action. Hi, Ellie.
Good evening, guys. It's a tough job having to hang out near the set of a movie, but somebody's got to do it, right? In all seriousness, Columbia Pictures is here to do a job. Take a look behind me. They're filming a police car chase scene that's set in New York City, so you can see some of those NYPD cars there, and their work is attracting plenty of spectators.
Watch your backs, guys.
This is new to Rochester, so I'm just like everybody else. I'm curious.
For some, seeing it firsthand,
If I turn around, I see all the NYPD cars.
is better than the big screen.
It's exciting. I wanted to get close as I can to the action.
And for others,
Are you kidding me?
day one of production for The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is proving to be a bit anticlimactic.
We're kind of just waiting for some action to happen, but it's looking cool. It's looking kind of exciting down here.
Hundreds of spectators have been lining the streets all day.
It's pretty cool. There's some excitement in the air, and I hear it's bringing a lot of money in, so can't be a bad thing, right?
According to the governor's office, the crew will spend $400,000 on local vendors, $120,000 on craft service, and $120,000 on restaurant meals over 10 days. 200 crew members have come from New York City, and an additional 250 are local. 150 extras have also been cast in the film. Mike Edwards is a lifelong Rochester resident and is proud Columbia Pictures picked his hometown for such a high-profile film.
I've never seen a major corporate company come in and produce this much. We've had a couple of, 1-day or 2-day shoots of a certain area, but nothing where they've done this kind of a production.
Now, portions of Main Street will be closed until 9 p.m. No word yet, though, when crews plan on wrapping up for the day, only to start again tomorrow. Kevin and Maureen?
All right. It sounds like it's a lot of fun, and they're filming right behind you right now, right?
Right as we speak. In fact, just before we came to me, they took off down the street and then backed it up to do it all over again. So pretty exciting stuff.
Thanks, Allie.
Take 104.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Allie.
Some people are getting a much better view of the action than others. Take a look at this. This is from the 19th floor of the First Federal Building at Bergman Associates. Workers there took some breaks from their desks to get this view, and it gave them a near perfect look at the production, and some of them were even looking for the hero himself.
It's really cool. I'm hoping that I see somebody swing by, on a little web maybe, and hopefully some explosions.
A Rochester institution, meantime, is helping bring The Amazing Spider-Man to life. The production crew is shooting scenes with Kodak film. They will be using 4 different kinds of its Vision 3 color negative film. Of course, Kodak film just isn't being used on Spider-Man. Kodak film will also be used in upcoming films, including Man of Steel, The Lone Ranger, and The Hunger Games. A lot of action flicks. We encourage all of you, meantime, to send us your photos and videos of the filming. You can do that through our News 8 Facebook and Twitter pages, and we may even use some of them on the air. If you have to get around town during the filming, though, we've got all the details on road closures and detours, and you can find those on our website, rochesterhomepage.net.
Kodak tells News 8 it is right now putting the finishing touches on its final plan to emerge from bankruptcy, and that plan could be filed with the court as early as tonight. Yesterday, Kodak announced it reached a settlement with one of its biggest creditors, its UK pension plan. That settled nearly $3 billion in claims, and Kodak also announced first quarter earnings of $283 million. That's profit compared to a $366 million loss same time last year. Much of that profit this year came from selling off its patents.
New at 5, people who live near the Main Street Armory in Rochester are tired of parking and noise. The concert venue is attracting bigger shows and bigger crowds. Rachel Barnhart says the city is trying to balance the needs of residents and the Armory.
5,000 people bought tickets to Saturday night's show at the Main Street Armory. Some concert goers parked illegally and littered the street with trash. There was at least one arrest. Anne-Marie Von Son lives around the corner.
Their partying starts before they get there. It continues after they leave. And the traffic and the noise that generates is very disruptive to the neighborhood.
The Isaiah House Hospice also has concerns about the venue.
We have family members that come to visit. They don't have anywhere to park because there's just so much commotion. So what is a very peaceful neighborhood, it becomes very chaotic.
Scott Donaldson bought the Armory 8 years ago. He says the Armory is complying with all city regulations and is in a commercial district.
It's exactly the same as at Darien Lake or Finger Lakes or RBTL or the Blue Cross or the Convention Center. It's exactly the same.
The Armory voluntarily shut down in 2009 to deal with some of these issues. It hired a lot more security and reduced its hours. The city is closely monitoring the situation.
I think it's working all right. I think it takes constant attention. I wouldn't say that, it's fixed, let's forget about it. It's a constant issue.
The mayor says there will always be tension between residents and the Armory. The key is finding a balance.
You learn, but you just have to keep adjusting. But I think we're doing a pretty good job at the moment.
So I don't know what the answer is, but I know what the problem is. And I think that there are greater minds than mine working at City Hall who might be able to come up with a plan.
Rachel Barnhart, News 8.
To get you up to speed, a jury has been seated in the Devontae Lively case. He's accused of murdering 17-year-old Laurie Butler, an East High School student, last year. Butler was missing for days before police found her body at the bottom of a backyard swimming pool in Irondequoit. Her family was familiar with him. They called Lively an acquaintance. Police have not revealed the motive. Opening arguments in the trial will begin tomorrow morning at 9:30.
Well, summer is getting closer. That means it is almost time for the Party in the Park concerts. And this morning we found out some of the headliners. The list includes some great acts: Blues Traveler, Southside Johnny, Puddle of Mud, Leon Russell, John Hyatt, and more. In addition, the event will feature Rochester's artists, street performers, food trucks, and beverages.
Events like this work when it's focused on the city that it's being done in. So our vision was Rochester first, celebrating Rochester artists, Rochester musicians, as well as local and national talent as well.
The annual concert series begins June 6th and ends August 8th, and it takes place at the Riverside Festival site. You can find all the headliners for the concert series on our website. Just go to rochesterhomepage.net and look for this story on the front page.
An urgent request this evening from FoodLink. Our region's food bank is in the running for a $45,000 grant from Walmart, but it needs help. This money would go toward FoodLink's Kids Cafe program, which feeds low-income children in Rochester. Now, the voting can be done over Facebook, and you have until midnight tonight to do it. And if you'd like to vote for FoodLink, just go to our website. You'll find a link at rochesterhomepage.net under this story on the front page.
Teenagers in New York State may soon be banned from buying tobacco products.
And next, Lifespan is recognizing Older Americans Month with a series of workshops for older adults. We'll learn much more about them in a live interview coming up.
You're watching The Team You Can Trust. Kevin Doran, Maureen McGuire, and Rochester's most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Scott Hetzko. This is News 8 at 5 in high definition.